as Ned indicated many decades ago, I was a sociology major as an undergraduate. And my studies occurred many years after the great Gernot Myrdal had released his classic study called The American Dilemma. Now, for those of you who either studied sociology or perhaps may have taken sociology as a part of your undergraduate or graduate school experience, you will know that Myrdal was a Swedish sociologist who had come to the United States, who published a treatise in 1944, a major 2-volume treatise, that looked at the condition of race relations in America. And he made a number of rather poignant and very powerful conclusions about the difficulties, the contradictions, the differences between the ideal of America and the realities of America as that reality played itself out in the lives of our minority citizens. And as a consequence of that research, as a consequence of that writing, and particularly as a consequence of this very powerful 2-volume series on the American Dilemma, a lot of discussion and debate ensued, and we have obviously been tracking progress on this journey toward a more civil and humane society ever since. Well, at NACME, looking at the data on underrepresented minority participation in engineering, education, and careers, we were drawn to this notion of the American dilemma, to a more contemporary, perhaps, kind of an understanding and analysis of the notion of the American dilemma, but one that was tied very specifically to what we view as the continuing threat, as well as a continuing opportunity to bridge gaps, to promote equity and diversity. And so for us at NACME, the new American dilemma is specifically the relative absence or the underrepresentation of 3 groups of students in STEM that are the most significantly underrepresented in engineering education and the engineering workforce. These would be African American students, American Indian students, and Latino students. And so NACME has kind of repurposed itself, if you will, kind of redefined our contemporary scope of work to include addressing and hopefully resolving, through bringing more partners and players to the table, this notion of the new American dilemma.